you're on YouTube and you're looking for information on BMWs. So you stopped on my little video. So let me tell you a little bit about what I've got and why I think it's a pretty damn nice car. So this is the BMW E90 328. This is the last of the naturally aspirated motors with the N52, last of the hydraulic steering, rear wheel drive, and it's just it's a nice, decent car. In my case, I use this car as a daily driver, autocross, and track. If you are looking for track or autocross cars, you know there's the E30, there's the E36, E46, but those are starting to become hard to find. E90s are plentiful, they're cheap, dare I say reliable, so you can go out and you can find a nice car. This one, wow, whoever ordered this, I gotta shake their hand, but they spec'd it out just right for what I need. I'm a little bit tall in the upper body, and I'm 6'3", and I've always struggled trying to find a car that I could fit into well with a helmet. Late model Mustangs, S197s, the S550s, I fit in those. Those are fun, had a couple. There's a couple others, the Mazda 3, the older Mazda 3 I fit in, the Golf GTI and the Golf R. But Miatas, S2000s, any Camaro, I just don't fit them. So this was a great find for me. This one has no sunroof, which is huge. Also, manual sports seats. If you buy an E90, I highly recommend you buy something with sports seats. They are awesome, and they're head and shoulders above the standard seats. This one's also a 6-speed manual and has a sports suspension. So this is, like I had mentioned before, this is my daily, my track car, and my autocross car, and it just fits the bill for a lot of needs. And you'll have to bear with me, and the car is dirty. So what have I done to the car? List is extensive. Here's my list. All right, so what's been done to it? I've had the car for about a year, and it needed some maintenance and also needed some modest upgrades. So what I've done, set of iBox sway bars. I got the non-adjustables, and for what I need right now, they're very nice. Upgraded brake pads for daily driving and autocross. I use Akebano Euros. Great pad, nice bite, low dust. For track, I use the Performance Friction 08 pads. Good bite, long lasting, and for the weight of this car and the speed of this car, they're great pads, no issues. Set of M3 control arms. Wanted to do that just from a feel standpoint, and the front control arms gives me a little bit more negative camber, so I wanted that, plus the durometer of the rubber is a little bit stiffer, so a little bit better feel, and I can definitely tell a difference under braking. The car doesn't nose down on me quite as much. Wheel studs. I hate bolts. I know the VWs do it, and I know BMWs do it. But I put in the wheel studs, and that allows me to flip-flop the spacers that I use between street tires and autocross tires and track tires. So that's definitely something that should be considered. Exhaust. All I did was a muffler delete. Exhaust for these cars, I don't know why. One, they're hard to find. Two, they're just stupid expensive, so I went that route. What I did do though is I used V-band clamps on the muffler delete and put another V-band on the stock exhaust, so I can flip them back and forth if I need to. What else? A steering wheel cover. I'll be honest with you, I haven't had good luck on either eBay, Amazon, on finding a decent cover that fit well, but they work well enough. It just makes the feel of the steering wheel so much nicer. I know there's a couple places stateside that will rewrap the wheel, but I've got fairly big mitts, and putting that extra leather around the existing leather makes the wheels feel so much better. So something definitely to consider. What else did I do? Oh, I added, in BMW's infinite wisdom, why didn't they just put a folding seat on every car? I did add the folding rear seat to this one, and it makes the usability of the car so much better, especially when you're out on autocross and you take a pop-up tent with you or something. Lay the seats down, that goes right in there. So they're out there. This is a 2011. The seats I got were from either a 06 or 07, and they all interchange. So definitely something worth considering. Dampers, I went with the Bilstein B8s. I know there are the B4s, the B6s. I'm gonna walk around a little bit here. There's the B4s, which is pretty much for the stock suspension. The B6, which is a little bit stiffer ride, but not for the lower suspension. And then B8, which this has the sport suspension, so I went with the B8s on this. Stainless steel brake lines, went with that. Got rid of a little of the spongy brake field. Got an engine cold air intake. I'm not sure how much horsepower that added, but man, does that sound good. And from a maintenance standpoint, I did the rear wheel bearings. So I've decided to stay with the stock springs because I run, the wheels I run for autocross are 255 square. And if I lowered it, I think I'd get some scrub up on the upper arch. So I decided just to leave the stock springs. So where is all this coming from? So it's a nice car. Like I said, it rides well. And what you wind up with some modest mods is a great daily, a great track car, and a great autocross car. And you don't have to dump just massive amounts of money into it. What I would say is don't cheap out on wheels, and don't cheap out on tires, and don't cheap out on brake pads. Make sure you use good quality stuff, because it is your butt in the seat, and you know you always want to come home after an event. So that's pretty much it. Just wanted to let you guys, or I just wanted to give you guys perspective of where I am with the E90, as opposed to the, like I'd mentioned, the E30, E36, and E46. This is a good car, and like I said, it's pretty reliable. As also mentioned, last of the NA motors, no turbo for the 328, last of the hydraulic steering. And something else is this is pretty thin on safety nannies as well. There's one button to push to take the traction control off, and that's pretty much it. So other than that, if you are out considering a BMW that'd be kind of multi-purpose or dedicated autocross track car, I would definitely consider this. They're plentiful, plenty of mods for them, and it's a great driving car. Anyway, I'm Rodney Wright. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.